this tragic story, now linking Meta to suicide. Two families filing a wrongful death suit against the tech giant over their son's suicides after they fell victim to sextortion schemes on Instagram. The families arguing Meta failed to add proper safeguards to prevent the targeting of teenagers.
The Bottom Line did reach out to Meta for comment, to which it responded in part, quote, "Sextortion is a horrific crime. We support law enforcement to prosecute the criminals behind it, and we continue to fight them on our apps on multiple fronts." Joining us now is Matthew Bergman, founding attorney of the Social Media Victims Law Center, which is representing the families. Matthew, thanks for joining us tonight. Can you talk a little bit about how you're alleging that Meta failed to help protect the victims of this sextortion here? What in particular did Meta choose not to do, and why, and what difference did that make?
Meta had a conscious decision to make whether it would listen to its trust and safety officials or listen to its growth officials. It knew that it had the capability, and it received a specific recommendation from its trust and safety personnel to implement measures to protect and block unwanted messages to young people, such as the two boys at issue in this case. They made a deliberate decision not to implement these known safety measures because the people from their growth department indicated that it would hurt their bottom line. So they made a conscious decision to subordinate the safety of young people to their profit margin, and these two boys passed away as a tragic result.
Matthew, do you have, because we've covered Meta, formerly known as Facebook, and particularly what's gone on at Instagram for years. And there was a Wall Street Journal expose that it did back in, it was at least 4 years ago, that Instagram knew that it was toxic for teenage girls, but they did nothing to basically protect those very teenagers on its platform. Do you have any internal documents as the attorney representing these families to prove that Facebook or Meta did know that this was a problem and that they failed to act?
Yes, we do. In the 4 years since those initial reports came out, Meta has been subject to a lawsuit that has resulted in the discovery of significant documents and significant communications between company officials, knowing that they specifically knew about the risk of sextortion, including some of the people that we have represented in the past, and made a conscious decision not to, first of all, warn parents of this clear and present danger, and B, implement known safety measures that would preclude predators from contacting vulnerable young teens. They also designed their products to be addictive to young people, and they understood very well through their psychology department and through the experts that they have on staff what the psychology of young people are, particularly young boys. And yet they did not make common sense safety improvements because they wanted to protect their bottom line.
Matthew, has Meta made any of those changes since then, or are you asking for any particular changes as a part of the suit that you're bringing here?
Well, in 2021, Meta lauded the fact that it had restricted direct messages from strangers to young people. And as a matter of fact, that technology was ineffective 50% of the time. And they never warned parents, and they never warned kids. Look, I mean, parents are doing their level best to protect their kids from online harms. And most parents, including the parents in this case, were very, very careful to control their kids' online activity and restrict their social media use. If these parents had known that there were adult predators seeking to prey on these young boys and their inherent weaknesses as young pubescent boys and naive kids, they would have taken measures. They didn't do that. This Meta needed to, first and foremost, provide families and parents with a sane appreciation of the risk that their children were undertaking every time they went online. They didn't do it.
Matthew Bergman, thank you for being here, and prayers for the
Thank you.
families.
Indeed.